It's time to let go of that old script that you wrote for your life and give yourself the freedom to improvise, edit, or do a total rewrite if necessary. Going through a divorce is tough, and I know what it's like to be you. How? Well, I'm not only a Georgia divorce attorney, I've also gone through a divorce myself, and I went through it before I became an attorney, so I didn't know any more than you know when I went through my divorce. I want to talk with you today about something that often gets overlooked in the divorce journey, and that is the challenge of letting go not only of the past, but also of the future that you once envisioned. Nobody is talking about this. I've never seen any articles or videos about letting go of the future after a divorce. Sure, there are tons of articles, books, and even seminars and courses about how to let go of the past when going through a divorce, but divorce isn't just about closing the chapter on what's already happened. It's about staring straight into the face of the future that's going to be different, perhaps drastically different from what you may have had in mind. And that can cause a lot of heartache, anger, frustration, grief. Every emotion in the whole spectrum could come up. And you know what? That's perfectly okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's essential in order to embrace the change and move forward proudly after your divorce. This also applies to relationships where the parties weren't married. Anytime two people come together and weave their lives together, they make assumptions about the future they're going to have together, and the ending of a marriage or a relationship where you weren't married involves closing the door on that future as well as the past. So many people find themselves stuck, staying in unhappy or even miserable or abusive marriages simply because they're afraid to confront the reality that getting divorced is going to mean a different future than they had envisioned. Or, in quite a few cases, I'm sure their envisioned future with their spouse is nothing but a mirage. It's like holding onto a dream that's slowly turning into a nightmare. The fear of letting go of that unrealistic dream can keep you trapped in a cycle of misery. How many people do you know who are hanging onto a bad marriage, hoping their spouse will change, falling for the false promises, looking like suckers, but staying anyway? Let me ask you a very personal question now. Is that you? If so, please ask yourself, why are you doing this? It's time to break free of that pattern and say goodbye not only to the past, but also to the future that can only live out in your mind, because the path that you're on is going in a different direction and you're not going to have that future that you envisioned. If you're in that situation, please don't hang on to a marriage that isn't working just because you're having a hard time letting go of now what is just a fantasy of what you wish the future could look like. Think about it like this. When you got married, you had a vision of how your life would unfold, right? Well, maybe it involved a cozy house, couple of kids, and a lifetime of shared dreams. Now, fast forward to the present, and those dreams might have already crumbled. Can you relate to this? But hey, that doesn't mean that your life is over. It means that you have a chance to build something new and create new visions for your future, either on your own or with somebody who you can build a new future with. Successfully moving on after a divorce isn't just about closing the door on the past, it's about opening the windows to a future that you never thought possible and accepting that the life you once imagined with your ex isn't the only version that can bring you happiness and fulfillment. It's time to let go of that old script that you wrote for your life and give yourself the freedom to improvise, edit, or do a total rewrite if necessary. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but it's a crucial step in the healing process, and that's what I'm talking about with you today. Healing by letting go in both directions, backward and forward. It's like decluttering your mental space, getting rid of those old expectations and making room for new possibilities. And the truth is, the more you cling to the past version of your future, the harder it becomes to move forward and discover what life has in store for you in the new version of your future. That makes sense? I hope so. I am not suggesting that you toss your dreams out the window, but I am suggesting that you redefine those dreams and then reshape them into something that aligns with who you are now, not who you were back then when you said, I do. And when you can envision your future either on your own or with a different person to share that future with, that's when you know that you're on the path to healing and doing the important work of letting go of the old assumptions that you made long ago about a future that has now changed. You know, I've seen so many clients who, after the divorce dust settles, they discover a newfound sense of freedom and self-discovery. They embark on journeys that they never thought possible or would never have taken while married. They reinvent themselves and, most importantly, they find happiness on their own terms. So if you find yourself in a broken or a dead marriage and are considering divorce, or maybe you're already going through the divorce process, or maybe you're completely divorced already as you're seeing this, please remember this. It's not just about letting go of the past. It's about releasing your grip on the future that you thought you had in front of you, embracing the reality, rewriting your narrative, and giving yourself the opportunity to create a new future that's uniquely yours. Yeah, I know it can be a bumpy ride, but the destination is worth it. Life after divorce is a chance to rediscover who you are, what you want, and where you're headed. So let go of the old script, grab a hold of a blank sheet of paper, like really, actually do this, and start writing the next chapters of your life, one that's filled with lots of sunshine. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click subscribe, like, follow, and turn on the alerts so you'll get notified when we post our newest videos. And please share these videos, leave us some comments, ask us questions, tell us what other topic you'd like me to talk about. Join our Facebook group at Georgia Divorce and Custody for more information. And as always, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.